Welcome to 3EE Games YouTube channel. I'm Ryan and I'm going to be showing you how to use Spritesheet Frame Overlay. This is a tool that I built so that you can easily find the number of frames in a sprite sheet to reference them in your game. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. We're going to browse our system for a sprite sheet. And this is the player body that I'm going to be using. And the sprite size is 16 by 32. And as you can see, the application already knows the size of your sprite sheet. And we're going to go ahead and hit Generate Overlay. And what this will do is generate a grid of frames, and all you have to do is hover over the frames to get the frame number. So for example, these top ones, top four, are just stationary. This next set is the idle animations, and then the next set is the walking frames. So the reason why I developed this tool is I was using a bunch of sprites to create layers for the player. For example, I have the body, I have eyes, I have accessories, and I have outfits. And this takes the guessing work out of which frame is which, because you can see there's a lot of transparent space here, a lot of unused space, and that's a common thing that you'll see in sprite sheets. So if I decided to use frame 87, I would have an invisible texture loaded onto the player sprite. So if you've ever dealt with sprite sheets before and you weren't sure what frame numbers they were, this takes all the guesswork out of that. For example, I have this sprite sheet that I load, and I'm loading these dynamically because I'm creating a character creator. And for example, here I'm using a 16 by 32 sprite. And then in the code, I'm referencing the frames that I need for my layer animation. So for example, as I was saying before, I have body animation, I have eyes, outfit, and hairstyles. And I also have different accessories. So the way these sprite sheets work is I have 9 body sprite sheets. So all of them are going to have the same frames because they're the same sprite sheets that you can see here. They're just different colors. So I can take advantage of this by using the same frame numbers over and over. And this gives me a little bit of an advantage over using a Sprite Atlas. I use Sprite Atlases all the time. They are completely different. They allow you to reference a frame name instead of a frame number, so it's very easy to build out animations like that. For example, I have many of these sprites here, and they're all packed into one file. And then I can use this JSON file, which all I have to do in my code is reference this frame name. For example, in this NPC, this is how I build the animation using those frames, is I have different frames for the different animations. So for the idle animation, for the walk frames, I can reference the frame names. However, in my case, for building the player sprite with different layers, since the sprite sheets are literally identical, I can easily link these together. Versus a Sprite Atlas, I would have to done a ton of different mapping, and if I made one change, it will throw everything off. So I decided to go with layered sprite sheets, and it was a lot easier to not only build a character creator, it was also easy to load the player in different layers. So here is the character creator right here. I can switch between the body, the hairstyle. I even have, you can rotate the sprite around so you can see each one. The eyes, all different kinds of accessories. I have beards, mustaches, and glasses. And then I also have female version of the sprites, so we can change the hairstyle, you can rotate around and customize the character. And I load specific hairstyles for the male and the female. And let's see, I'm going to make myself, and you'll be able to see how I'm using the same sprite sheets and the same frames in the game when we create the character. Alright. And here is the game. I can force an outfit. So with this environment here, this jail environment, I can force the orange jumpsuit. And I have all kinds of different outfits. So for the game, it has different items. And so I can easily clothe the character with different outfits. And I have a lot of interactable content in here. So I decided to use a layered sprite sheet, and then as I'm building the player object, it's just a layer, it's just 4 sprites laid on top of each other, and it has its own hitbox and everything, and collisions. I hope what you found is useful. If you like this content and want to see more of it, please like and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in to 3E Games. I'm Ryan. I'll always be here developing all kinds of stuff. Games, services. I'm full stack and I'm ready to roll. So with that, peace!